It is rainy and cloudy here in Indianapolis today, and I need to take my saxophone into the shop to get it worked on a little bit. So I'm going to go do that now. Alright, I usually do not drive in rush hour traffic downtown, so I realized what a joy that is this morning. And got the horn dropped off, and I think I'm gonna go get some coffee and possibly a delicious pastry. Alright, now it's time to go home, do some work. Gonna do some practicing, emailing. I gotta work on my computer and clean up my desktop because it's becoming cramped with videos and stuff. So I'm gonna go do some of that right now. And this is what happens when you don't weed the garden for 2 weeks. All right, I am back in my little music studio bunker kind of thing that's in the back of my house, and I'm going to give you a little look around here. All right, I've got my clarinet there, camera battery plugged in, and this is a camcorder right here. I've got this, this is like an old school boombox that I actually did a bunch of transcribing on back when I was in high school. I put up these sound panels just to make it not so bright in this room. This is my main camera I have set up, microphone, sweet Medusa rainbow light thing here, and then this is the preamp that the mic runs through. Over to this is the audio interface, which allows the microphone to run into the computer, which is right here. So then I run the sound through that, and then I run it on the project called Logic, and that's pretty much it. There's a printer back here. I just recently got this laser printer, which is awesome, especially for printing out a ton of music at one time. I would highly recommend a laser printer for any sort of musician or somebody that needs to print a bunch. So after I do a warm-up on the clarinet, I'm going to do long tones and some scales. I'm going to work on the melody to John Coltrane's tune 26-2. And I'm also going to film a little instructional video for the technique series that I have here on YouTube, just kind of explaining my process here a little bit. So I'm going to play the melody, and then I'm going to listen back and just try to be really critical when I'm listening back, just to see if I'm saying right in time, see if it flows well, and see if it's smooth. And the goal is to make it sound pretty effortless as I'm playing it. If I can do it really solid, really slowly, then I know it'll be a lot easier to speed up. All right, that was a pretty good practice session. Now it's time for some lunch. Today the kitchen is serving Sean's patented Power Up Lunch Bowl, which includes quinoa, kale, scrambled egg, mushroom, sea salt, sriracha, olive oil, and a side of avocado with matcha green tea in the Santa mug. That was delicious. The kitchen staff did a great job today. One of the things I like to try to do when it comes to writing music is to give myself free time at the piano without any sort of plan, just kind of doing a stream of consciousness thing and see if I come up with anything. If not, that's fine. If so, great. A lot of times I come up with little cells of ideas that I'm able to turn into melodies or bigger pieces, or works for the big band or small group, or even just a cool bass line or a melodic idea, little things like that. It really reminds you of being a kid and just sitting down on the floor and having a floor full of blocks, and you just start stacking them and building things. And maybe you build like a little universe, you know, and you didn't plan it when you sat down, but it just sort of starts happening, and then you come up with a story behind it. So I think about that a lot when I'm just sitting down trying to write. No game plan or no real stress involved with it, but if I have the time, just sit down and try to work. Although it doesn't really feel like work, it's more just kind of like letting it happen, and if it does, great. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of that right now. All right, practicing went well, piano time went well. I've got about 2 hours of private lessons to do, and then I'm going to a play downtown with my girlfriend. Then hopefully I can convince her to go get some tacos and guacamole with me after that. And then I'll just be coming home to do some video editing, and then that's it.
Yeah, I did get a new haircut.
I can totally tell.
No. Liar.
Totally got a haircut.
Liar.